Okie dokie. Hold on. Click the button. That's the wrong button. There we go. How's it going, guys? Hopefully everything is working. It's been a good old minute since I've streamed. So, who knows? What's up, Samuel? How's it going, man? So, we're back. It's been for me like a week, I think. No, more than a week since I've streamed. Just because I've been so busy with holidays and I physically didn't have a computer to stream in front of, so there's that. But we're back in the full swing, as one does. And to start off tonight, we're going to do a commentary on this One Piece Odin Alternate Art Tournament. This is really loud in my ears. Hold on. Alright. Alternate Art Tournament that is going on in a couple of minutes. First place gets an Odin alternate art leader, which is pretty sweet. $7.50 or $7.50 entry fee. And then whoever entry fee may vary each week. Fee between $5 to $10. Okay. I'm wondering if prizes are allowed. That's what I was wondering, but that is just in case. I don't know. I can't remember if there's like a lot of people. I don't know what the prize report is, but I don't think we're gonna be a lot of people tonight, which is fine. That is what it is, right? Good. Got a little for a while. I couldn't attend locals for a bit. Now I'm good. I have a place. Oh, we got ill. I have a place at Zoro coming in the mail. I'm ready to go back to locals. Nice, dude. I'm personally really excited to do some commentating. It's been so long. I did a locals on Wednesday. I went back upstate in New York to visit the guys and visit family for Christmas. So I actually got to hang out with Max and the guys, which was awesome. It was only for like the Wednesday tournament though, because I was only there for a couple days and I wanted to hang out with my brother and everything. So and my family and Christmas and blah 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 blah. And then New Year's we went to my girlfriend's place. So, but I got to play in a locals Wednesday, and me and Max did a really fun thing. I don't know if he mentioned it on stream yet. We did a really we did a really dumb thing where we we chose each other as leader and the theme for whatever deck we play. So I told him what deck to play, and if I gave him a theme, he had to use that theme, and he'd give me a leader and tell me what deck to play and what that theme was. So he gave hey Eddie, yo, what's up? What's up, Rolf? How's it going, dude? What's up? Glad to see everyone, familiar faces coming back in the stream. I miss you guys. I miss streaming. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we did this thing for a Wednesday local. It was only like 8 people, so it was like, who cares? And we chose each other's decks, and I gave him Red Green Luffy, but I didn't give him a theme. I should have, but I didn't, because I was like, I'm curious what he's gonna do with Red Green Luffy, because neither of us really touched that deck that much, so I was curious as to what he'd do with it, more than him actually having a condensed theme. And then he picked Mono Blue Crocodile for me. And with Mono Blue Crocodile, he told me the theme of what was it? The theme was Pacifista Engine, and it's a heavy Pacifista engine. And I was like, how heavy is heavy? And he said, the least amount of Pacifistas you can have is 4 or 5. And I was like, okay, I can make this work. And then he said, you also need 4 Sensamaru, and you need 4 Kuma. So, that was hell. I was like, unfortunate. Red Green with the Heart Pirates. See, Samuel, I actually would have said that had I thought he was going to give me a ridiculous theme. I didn't think he was, but because I was forced to run 4 Kuma, 4 Sento, and 5 Pacifista, I had to really think about like what I spaced for in my slots and stuff. I actually don't know if my list. I'll show you guys what list I played. I don't think it's on here. I think it might be in my girlfriend's laptop because I downloaded the sim on it. If you guys see Moonman Captain Faye, whatever, or not Moonman Captain Faye, Moonman TCG on sim, ever, that was me. Let's see if I can find it. I definitely don't have it. Here, I know it by memory, though. It's really easy. So it was Blue Croc for this. Oh, Diver and Virgo? I don't remember. This, to that, for that. I kind of forgot the list. We just also saw Ant preparing. He was so stressed. I was really stressed out building this deck. It was really hard because it was like near impossible. I was like, how do I stuff all this trash in and still have an engine that's worth talking about? And I managed to actually, I didn't do too shabby. I'm not gonna lie. It was actually not that bad. Here, let's see if I actually have the list on my phone. I think I do. Okay, so I can do it from here. So it was 4 of this, 4 of that, 2 of this, 2 of that. I had 1 secret little Jinbei tech because I thought it was funny, and I didn't have a space that I felt comfortable putting it in. We put 1 of this Pacifista blocker in, 4 Boa, 2 Bon Clay. If you guys didn't already notice, it's loosely based on the list that topped 150-man tournament for Croc a really long time ago, but I made alterations so it can fit the engine in. That's essentially what I thought. I was like, all right, I'm gonna put the entire engine in that Max wanted, and then I'm just gonna copy the list that topped and then see what happens. But but put a strict limit on what I can and can't do. So then the 2 overheat, and then obviously 4 love. So this is actually this list here. Croc Troll. There you go. Save that. So this is the list that I ran for locals on last Wednesday. I love these wacky kinds of formats though. Like I didn't see it until today, but they're running 3v3 tournament in Japan. I love that shit. Yeah, I actually if you go to my Twitter, I post a lot about I retweet about the 3v3 tournaments in Japan, and they're really sweet. I really like them. I really like them. I love 3v3. Such a cool format idea, especially coming from a Vanguard background. Obviously, I just really like that. We should be starting in a minute, but this is what I used for my locals last Wednesday, and I went my usual X and 1. I lost 1 game, and the reason I lost the 1 game was because I was 1k off against Kaido, against my buddy playing Kaido, and because I drew the Mihawk after Love Beam, I drew a Mihawk and I needed it to do a 1k counter, and I went out of I've been fine, but it was a Mihawk, and I was like, oh no, it's like I lose anyways, and he was really drawing well. I'll give him, he was really drawing well, so I was like, oh, this is not good for me. So I managed to lose that 1 game, and then I managed to win my rest of my games. Yeah, I lost that 1 game and I won the rest. So I got 3rd place in the end because Tom, another member of the movement, who did manage to beat me, he by 1k. I swear to God, it's so annoying. I never drew my Caesar clown. I drew not a single Caesar clown that game, and I drew very little Kumas. I was like, yes, my techs against Kaido are useless, or Sensamaru's for that matter. I did do nothing. It was awful, but so we still almost clutched it. But it is what it is. It happened. I also never drew overheat almost the entire day. Not that that would have helped, but it would have been really like not the worst thing ever. I don't know, but I mean, we lost the rest of them. We won the rest of them, and it was not a big deal. It was only like what 3 or 4 rounds. I couldn't remember. I couldn't tell you. I think it was 3. I won my first one against. I don't know who I played. I played some random. Was it a random person round 1? I don't know who it was. And I played Tom round 2. I lost 2, and then played Max round 3, and I beat him because he was using Green Luffy, and he did something really. Honestly, I was a little disappointed just because like I'll even tell him to his face. I was a little disappointed in the build just because it's literally just law copied and pasted, and it's like, oh, like that's fun. Think about a format where you play 2 leaders and have a thicker deck and more Dawn. You can play cards from either leader's color, and I feel like that would be so cool if you balance it properly. It would be really cool, but I feel like it'd be really hard to make that work. But that would be really cool, Samuel. I am there for it. I also saw last stream we had like so little amount of viewers. I wasn't on it, but I was like, oh no. Was the 1 week break the thing that kills me? Went from 40 plus every stream to nothing. It's like, oh, it's like no. Let's see. We should start any minute now. Yeah, so we got pairings around. So 5-minute game check is only 5 players. Nothing crazy. Okay, so we're gonna like what 3 rounds today. That's fine. We're not expecting anything much. It's our first day back, right? It's fine. Or my first day back. Not for you guys. It's been. What was it? But you watched Max yesterday, I think. He was doing the Box Island tournament. play ducks, and I managed to catch a lot of the tournament watching it, and that was really, really interesting. I liked it a lot. And it's a really great deck. I'm pretty sure he lost one though, right? Did he lose a match? I'm pretty sure he lost a match there, but ducks are just great. Ducks are ducks. Me personally, I'm really, really enjoying Dofi. You ever seen me in the chat talking up Doflamingo? I'm really enjoying it right now. I'm testing it a lot. I'm not sure if I showed my build on it for over here. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. This one? Yeah, this is it. So this is the build I've been playing with Doflamingo, and I'm really, really, really enjoying it right now. Someone send me your alternate art leader, Dofi, please. But no, seriously, I've been really, really enjoying Doflamingo. It's been a phenomenal deck for me as of late. I haven't done any local testing with it just because I was gonna do it at the last Wednesday local with the guys, but I got baited by Max to play Croc, so here we are. But I'm really enjoying Doflamingo. I really, really enjoy it. In that, and I really also enjoy Luffy. I also don't know if I have my Luffy deck on here because I'm doing everything on my girlfriend's laptop last week. Nope, that's not it. Is this it? Nope. Oh my god, I gotta delete some of these decks. I don't remember what it was. I couldn't tell you from memory. I have to look at her computer. But it's a really good deck. No mini tourney today. Might be a last minute. Okay. But no, it's been really good testing. It's been really good trying out some stuff with Doflamingo that I really like. I think Doflamingo is like my favorite deck right now, just because it's fun as all hell. And it used to be it was like my first real main. This is my first real main deck ever. I actually have a video on it on our YouTube channel. If you guys are watching YouTube, you can actually check it out. Super old video. And I made a lot of changes since then. But it's like one of my only real contributions to the channel on YouTube. Hopefully I can do that some more. I really want to, but I just can't find time. Thoughts on Kaido deck that really recently won PPG? What Kaido deck? Which one? That's a good. I'd love to. I don't know which one you're talking about, Goka. Is there a deck that I didn't? You talking about the box tournament the other day? Because I didn't actually catch what won that. Is the deck also online that I can find? Because then I can take a check at it. I don't know if I saw it. I might have. Plays 4-8 drop on YouTube. Ew. Alright, well, I'll just give them the free promotion. I'm not going to play their video. I'm just going to... That did not help. Pro Play Games. If you guys aren't following them or subscribing to them and all that stuff, you really should, honestly. Oh, yeah, here it is. Jonathan Rodriguez. Again, I swear to God. This guy is such a goddamn monster when it comes to... Okay, so he runs 4-8 drop. He runs some of the craziest things in the actual world, and he has... I mean, he's huge. He's in Dragon Ball. He was a huge name. Jonathan Rodriguez was really killing it there, and now he's really transitioned over to some One Piece, and that's really interesting and cool because we're seeing him top up Blue Pill Croc. His topping list. Not the first time we've seen a list like it, but it's the list that got first place in America with it, and a fairly large event. It was like 30 plus players, and ever since then, everyone's been on the Blue Purple Croc train. Their video's right here. I watched it. It's a great video. It's a very interesting deck. 4 8 drops. My buddy actually runs 2 8 drops, and it looks great. I hate Jack. I hate this card so much. But no, he's a phenomenal player. 4 Bagua. This guy's a lunatic. What's he talking about? 3 King. That's actually fine. Babanuki's fine. Is this what I think it is? 2K counter. No, it's so not what I think it is. And then 2 Queen. What am I looking at? I think he'll just... Here's my thing. As much as I like this list, as different it is, I think difference also, a big thing with it, is when you're playing a deck, and you have that surprise factor when you're building a deck that no one anticipates, or knows how it works, and you come into a tournament and you play it, the surprise factor is always helpful. Having that surprise factor is huge. And honestly, Jonathan Rodriguez kills it. I think he can play anything and he would do fine. I also think he played a red green Luffy deck not that long ago, and he did fine with that too. Like he is a phenomenal One Piece player. So it is that. I did some testing with my hardcore control Duck Tribal Sanji list, and that slapped so hard. I drew every card in my deck but 2, and sat on 3 life the entire game. It was really funny. I really like the Sanji jank. I really love Sanji jank. He's just not that good, and I'm really sad about it because it's really cool. But it is what it is. I really love Sanji. It's a great deck. I mean, we're on the same track, too. Like, I built that deck so long ago. If you really look at it. Here's my... Oh, did I delete it? What? I deleted it. I think I was like, this is too trolly. Wow, I can't believe I deleted that deck. I love that deck. But it was like, you play, Moji and Kabaji and 4 Be My Samurai, and you're running a bunch of 1-drop vanillas, Otsuru, you're 3-drop vanilla in the form of Shinobu, you can switch out the Momo, you're in the Bonnies, Momos, Laws, 2 8-drop, I think. It was just like a deck you just draw a ton. Our builds were definitely different, but I think people are just doing Sanji wrong. They're all running film package and stuff. Nah. Nah, it is what it is. I feel like I deleted it, though. I love that deck. Why'd I delete it? I might have been an accident. Regardless, though, it's a great deck. I really like Blue-Green Sanji coming into the next format. And another thing, too, I really like... back to the Kaido talk conversation we're just having. I really like decks that are just so off the beaten path, because that surprise factor is super huge. Like, if people don't know what Duck Tribal is, like, I come to a tournament with Duck Tribal, and then I warn people. I'm like, this is not the normal Zoro you're used to, and then I go turn 1, 2 ducks, and it's like, what's happening? That helps so much. I think I went X2 when I played ducks because it was a 5-round tournament. And I'm bad with ducks. It's a hard deck. It's not easy. And slight misplays, like you think are good, and in the end, they just make you lose. It happens. So, we got 6 players. Lovely. So no one gets a bye. But one way or the other, having that surprise factor is really big coming into these kind of events. And Jonathan Rodriguez is a good way to prove that. Like, look, he plays so many random decks, like, they're just nuts. So big shout out to him. Big shout out to PBG because they're always killing it. I love those guys. Sponsor me. Nah, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. Sponsor me, but I would love to work with PBG. I've reached out to them like once or twice, and they never responded. Which, who cares? But I'll still give them my support, even if obviously it's not returned back. Because I just love them. I think they're a great store. They're a great team for the most part. Back in the day of Dragon Ball, and I love everything they do. So if you haven't given them a shout out or a look, definitely take a look into their channel, look into their stuff. They're great. They're really, really great. And you guys see a lot of interesting stuff on their streams and on their YouTube and stuff. Like, they are killing it. Unsurprisingly so, because they usually are with Bondi games. Alright, generate pairings. He's working on it. We are getting there close, guys, to our round 1 first tournament of the new year. For me, at least, not for you guys who have seen it. Max play and all that good stuff. So, that is what it is. Just hard draw, no searchers. Oh, you're wild. You're a wild man, Samuel. Like, I couldn't do it. Couldn't be me. Sorry, I just had some notifications. Clickety click. That's my bad, because I misclicked. Oh, also, if you're watching on YouTube and you're commenting something, sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just, it's stupid. My dual screen setup is, like, not working ever again, and I literally spent the last, like, 30 minutes trying to figure it out, and it still isn't working, and I don't know why. I'm just gonna have to get on a monitor and do it the old-fashioned way, which sucks, because I do not have the space for it, but, it is what it is. It happens, you know? Alright, so we have our first round pairings. It's going to be Emodis versus Bucky Nasty, Little Munchie versus Tricky, and Dissidence versus Hat Case. I can send a song list if you want to pull it up and talk about it. Samuel, yeah, maybe later if you want to send it to me, go ahead. I'll definitely put it on stream if you're okay with it. Let's see if we can get some tournament going here. Let's go Munchie versus Tricky.
Illegal name.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
I'm actually streaming this tournament. Would it be cool if we streamed your game?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, we're actually friends. We're like next door neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
So
funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go for
He was
it.
the one that told me about this, so kind of a coincidence.
Ah, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's
Alright, well-
like Pokemon locals. Nah, One Piece on Discord,
Yeah.
and here we are.
That's the way to
Exactly.
go. And you
For
guys
sure.
have a higher chance if there's two of you. If one of you wants the Odin leader too, you can just give it to each other. Or Tricky.
Exactly.
Yep. Alright, well, good luck to your game, guys. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. All that good stuff. Have fun.
Sick.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Okay. Now let's pull this up. I know Max had the nicer setup. Again, no dual screen. It's not gonna work. It's gonna take me too much time to figure it out. I need to like reset like all of my setup. Ooh, is he playing Zoro like a Chad? He is playing Zoro. So we do have Munchie playing Zoro, and it looks like Kid with Tricky on the on the right. So let's do a prediction really quick. I know you'll see it. I know. I'm sorry. Let's do those predictions, guys. Let's do the predictions. So let's go start prediction. Who wins? Zoro versus Kid. Start predictions. You guys can, if you're on Twitch, you guys can vote your money to see who you think will win this matchup. If you are on YouTube, I apologize for not letting you do it. And I know some of my friends in Switzerland can't vote anything because that's the way that goes. I'm sorry. If you do also vote, I will. Oh well, okay, never mind. I was gonna say if no one votes, I'll vote against you so that you're not betting against anybody. You be betting against House instead of just betting against nobody, and that would suck. You know what I mean? So I will put my my 2 cents in the whatchamacallit, in the pool. It's 50-50%. So we got 50% on Zoro, 50% Kid. I actually don't even want to touch it. I mean, you guys are fair enough to do it yourself. You're not babies. You caught it. All right, so let's see. Kid's screen's a little bit harder to see because it is also he's facing the other way, which is I'll do my best to commentate so you guys. I mean, a little bit of practice, right? It's been a whole week. Yay, Sweden. Yeah, I had you in mind, Samuel. I'll do my best to commentate, make sure you guys know what's going on. It's a little bit harder to see because it is going to be vertical, or is it perpendicular? Whatever the word is. He's sideways. Alright, so we are going to have the 5 life. I mean, the thing is, too, is if you're a good enough Zoro player, I mean, my personal experience, if you're playing a very rush-heavy Zoro, Zoro has been really known, in my opinion, to suffer against Green Kid. It's a really hard matchup. You have to deal with a lot of things that are pressuring your board. Okikus, Cat Vipers, Basil Hawkins, even Izo, 8-drop Kid. You have so many threats on board that you have to just answer or just know how to answer, and it's a big pain in the butt. So, hey, what's up, Jacob? So knowing that kind of thing about when or how to deal with green is really hard to do, but there are decks so that stuff you can do with your Zoro deck to combat that. So we've seen some decks like Max's Ducks that run Yasop to try to deal with a Kid deck. So you can transition to the late game, it's like you're running Virgo, stuff like that. We don't have a Virgo in red, obviously, but we do have a 6-drop AK in the form of the promo Yasop, so you put it in there to deal with the 8-drop Kid, those heavy hitters, those big cards. Yeah, so we are seeing. Oh boy, is he playing Ducks? Is Munchie playing Ducks? oh God. We are seeing the 1-drop Sunny come from Zoro, which I don't know. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people doing that recently, but not necessarily playing Ducks. We are seeing the Apu come down on the Kid player side. Wow, okay. That's something I did not expect. What's neat about this is that he can actually use his Apu to swing into the Sunny without having to lose that much and rest one of his Dawn so that he can't get Red Hawked and stuff like that. So that is very interesting. I'm not sure. Wow, that is really interesting. I guess obviously a more optimal play if he did have it would be Beige and Bonnie, something like that, but he didn't have that, obviously. So, man, that's very interesting that it's like the first time I've seen a Poop being played in a long time. You're going to see the 5k Zoro swing with lead, and he's going to take it, and then we're going to see the Robin come down. Playing that Robin does also mean that if the Kid player doesn't do something about the Robin, there's a good chance that this Apu will just be gone and really can't do anything to this Sunny, which is something you don't want to see. So personally, right now, I would think you would really want to put down a Cat Viper or an Ezo to tap down that Robin. You can swing into it. Preferably Cat Viper if you have it. Yep, there's the Cat Viper paying for 2. He does have 2 Dawn left. He can attach to his leader, making it a 7k. Yep, there he goes. And 7k into the Robin it goes. Samuel Quack. So there's going to be 7k into that Robin. He does need double 2k counters to save the Robin from death this turn. Honestly, I think you just let it go. It sucks. I don't know. You're going to lose tempo no matter what. You lose 2Ks. Or you let Robin die. I don't know. It's very risky. 2k, 1k is actually not enough. Because that's... There he goes. Yeah, so I was about to say. So we see 2Ks in the form of a Tama and a Brook. There we go. So, very nice. So that's going to be an 8k guard here, which means he's able to keep his Robin on board for a turn, get rid of this Apu, or maybe even this Viper. Both are actually decent targets, because if you get rid of the Apu, he can't tap down your Dawn, which is kind of somewhat relevant, not really, but if you get rid of the Viper, it means you can't. His opponent can't play something like Law and then put it back to his hand and play it again. So, both are kind of decent. I think you get rid of the Viper before the Poo though. I don't even know what Poo's big tower is. I think it's 2. I couldn't even tell you. I really couldn't even tell you. I think it might be 3. Chad moved a counter out of it though. It is definitely very nice to see, like, in the form of, like, I respect it, like, for sure. You're going to see 1 on lead, 1 on the Robin, making it 6k. You can easily make this 1 more onto this Robin, make it 7k if you want, or 1 onto leader, make it either 7k is totally fine. My personal recommendation is if you do put it on Robin here, you should put 1 on your leader as well, because that way you have 2 7ks instead of just a 6k, or a 7k, 6k. And the value behind that is this is a 7k swing, right, but then he takes this, and then, yeah, kills the Apu, that's fine. And if he takes this, then he has more cards in hand to block the leader, which would be only a 6k only 2k counter. So he is that is what we're going to see here. So I think if you're going to have a 6k, 7k, you should have the 6k be first, so you have a lesser chance to get have an opponent have a 2k 2 counter out of it. It isn't a big deal because it is only 1 card more he gets, but it is important to note for that. We're going to see the 5k from the Sunny at lead, which does also beg the question if he has that other Sunny. We saw him counter with it, right? So he does that 1 Dawn up, which would easily be this second Sunny after he swings with the other Sunny, which is really nice for him too, because he gets to set up some form of aggression in attacking. Apu's 3k, thank you. I wasn't entirely sure. So we are going to see... Is that a pass? Interesting. Okay. So he leaves the 1 up. That could be for a Radical Beam to try and defend this Robin potentially, but that's very interesting. Also, another thing is if the green player, if the Kid player is super hyper-focused on this Robin, there's a good chance he will be able to KO the Sunny, but looking like he's just going to try and KO the Sunny first, get a card out of his hand potentially, and then really go for that Robin. Yeah, okay, so getting rid of that, easily peasy, lemon squeezy, and now if you attach, let's say, even 1 Dawn to make it to the leader, making it 6k, that could swing to that Robin, and he needs a 2k, 1k to get out of it. Yep, perfect. So if he does do that, he does either waste 2 cards, or he has to let it die here. And if he does not defend it, or if he does defend it, I'm sorry, yep, like he did, he could respond by playing an X-Drake and KOing it anyways, or using leader effect to swing into it again and guarantee the KO, which would deny him a ton of resources, setting him back quite a bit. The only counter to this I can say, though, is that, yep, there he goes. So he's going to pay 3, discard 1, swing into it again. What I can say about this, though, is that he is still at 5 life. So, yes, he did lose a lot of resources. He lost, 3 2Ks and a 1K. But he did manage to be at 5 life. Now the green player is going to play a Beige and a Bonnie after that, so now they are safe from Robin's KO effect, and now he can really just pull on the punches here. Really, really good. Unless he wants to bail out the 2Ks, although they would just do 6-6. Yeah, yeah. Kid is so far ahead here. Yeah, Kid is definitely ahead here. Definitely made use of his opponent overguarding that Robin, and really, really taking the game out from there. Granted, I'll to speak to Zoro's defense, the red player, he didn't have a ton of things going for him anyways. The rest of his hand was just another Sunny and some 2K counters. And then we had one mystery card, which could be maybe a Luffy, maybe a Radical Beam. And all of those things are really just unplayable at that point. So it really doesn't technically matter, but it should matter in terms of trying to, stall out or try to get some aggression through and resource management, which is really big into this green matchup. We're going to see the 6K from Leader Swing, and he's just going to take it. He is at 2 life now, which, I mean, if you plan on playing 8-drop Kid, it isn't that big a deal, even 7-drop Kid, but because the more life you take, the more resources you have to defend 8-drop Kid. But man, that is unfortunate to see him be so low life here. Yeah, but you never know. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was just 2K and Duck. Seemed like it was a beam since he let the Dawn open earlier. I have to agree, Samuel. But you never know. Yeah, exactly. I have to agree. He is going to swing for 6K here, which is interesting. He is leaving the 2 Dawn up. Otherwise, I'd make this a 7K with 1 Dawn and maybe the 2. What that does tell me with the 2 Dawn up here is that this could be a Red Hawk in hand. If he does choose to lead 2 up here, which I'm assuming he does. Yep, so he's going to pass the turn back to the Kid player with a Restanding Viper, and he has his Jewelry Bonnie on board here. I don't think it was worth defending the Robin, losing all those cards for a card that wouldn't ultimately do a lot with the board state. Feels meh. I am inclined to agree with you, Eddie. I think overprotecting the Robin here is a move that a lot of players do that can potentially lose them the game. I can tell you from experience in my locals that I did a while ago. I think it was like a couple weeks ago. I was playing against Biggs, Big OPTCG. He was my only loss for that day, I think. Maybe I think I only lost that day, and he was swinging into my Robins. I over-defended it, and I managed to clear his board because of it. But in the long run, I lost so much resources in the long game that it didn't matter. So, speaking from experience, guys, it can really hurt you if you over-defend. If you can afford to defend it early and think it's going to come in handy, I'm with you. Definitely do it. But speaking from experience, sometimes that's the thing that makes you lose. And sometimes you have to let go of those Robins. We are going to see 6K coming in, and we don't know the target. He did activate Jewelry Bonnie, and he did... we saw a Law, but I don't think he grabbed the Law. I don't know what he grabbed there. That's my bad. I think the first one was okay at times, but then he definitely overcommitted. I have to agree with you, Samuel. I think he definitely overcommitted to killing that, to defending that Robin, and that's what's going to be the thing that makes him lose. He did have... The first defense was totally fine, but doing it twice was definitely an overshot. Now, another big thing here is he has Law Effect, grab the Okiku. He bounced the Bonnie to hand. So he could Bonnie again next turn, but having this Okiku here does in fact mean that the Zoro player will have any card he plays down for the rest of this next turn, unless it's Yasop or something like that, be tapped down by Okiku and swung into it over and over again, and then that becomes a real problem. You can't develop a poor board presence, and this is why your green matchup is so hard. As Zoro, this is the problem. You just keep tapping down your stuff. You need bodies to swing at your opponent with, and they just keep getting cleared off board. And now that green is kind of set up, it's kind of hard for him to come back. He has to really hope on drawing those Luffys and drawing some way to get him out of this situation. Maybe even a pistol to get rid of that Okiku. But if he does use the pistol on Okiku, that means he doesn't have pistol for, let's say, 8-drop Kid. So this is if he has the Otama or Law, for instance. But this is definitely not looking good for our Zoro player. And another thing, too, is that he does have a beige on board, our green player on the right. So if he does manage to put a lot of Dawn onto his leader, like so, yep, going to make it 8K swing at lead, he can just block out of this with a beige, or even decide to take it. He could take this to have another card in his hand to play 8-drop Kid the following turn, and then just really have the defense going for it. But he is opting to defend with the beige, which is totally fine. We're going to see the Sanji come in, being a 7K swing, 2 Dawn up again. This could be, again, it could be a Red Hawk, it could be nothing, it could just be baiting. We are going to see the block and 2K counter coming in. Yep, keeping that on board. I mean, he's really in a tough spot with Okiku and Law on board. It's really rough here. Especially with how the Kid player had so many cards in hand, but all but 1 Dawn open. Yeah, for sure. It's really hard position Zoro is in right now. It's really unfortunate. I definitely have to agree. It is what it is. Zoro, it's just a really hard matchup when you're playing against Kid. He is swinging 4K into that Sanji I mean, you have to let it go at this point. If you overcommit, you have no cards in hand. He only has one card, so I really think now is time. Just you gotta let it go. Try to take some life. Try to stabilize a hand to do something to maybe try to come back here. 5k at face here. He is conserving that Dawn. We don't know what for though yet. It could be an 8-drop kid. It could be 7-drop kid. It could be nothing. We don't know. It could be another Law. Law would be really good here. He's evading if he wants to use his last card to defend. I personally wouldn't, but you do you. Alright, so if you're going to see the Red Hawk, yep, there's the Red Hawk getting rid of a potential Cat Viper. Yep, getting rid of that. And now he is out of cards in his hand. Now he can swing with Leader and the Law if he really wanted to and really go to town. He could, I mean, if you're going to play anything, you swing the Leader first, no matter what. Unless it's a 7-drop kid or 8-drop kid, then it's actually fine because there's no trigger in the game that can get rid of him. But hey, long time no see, Quadman. How's it going, bud? Glad you all can join us for our stream today. We are going to see the Bonnie activate effect top 5. We saw a Straw Sword there, a Killer, and a Bonnie, but we're going to see the Bonnie grab and put rest at bottom here. I think he's still clear here as kid and just starve Zoro for cards. It's tight. Slow play here. It's a statement you made. I mean, oh, we're gonna see that another Bonnie effect. Excuse me, activate by the way. You missed streaming my second place and to Dolphy Altar. Oh, why didn't you get first place? Then you sent it to me. I need a Dolphy Altar so bad, but I don't want to spend a dime on it. I really need it so bad. But I'm not really gonna spend $100 on that. It's such a waste of money. Yep, you grab 7-drop. Bad draws into mirror. What'd you play, Klopman? Was that did you play Dofi? Because I'd make you a Chad. We are gonna see the Okiku come out here, a second one, which really sucks. No, what'd you play, Klopman? Man, this sucks. Double Okiku, like you can't answer it. Like you're just dead. Like, like this sucks. And yeah, he did exactly what you said, Samuel. He's just gonna starve him for cards right now and play his field up. He can't really do anything to it. With 2 bodies in the field, he can continuously every turn activate the effect. He got 2 Dawn up for a potential Punk Gibson. So if he does, in fact, play anything before swinging leader, he can use it, or even go 9k into, let's say, an Okiku. He could go Punk Gibson 1k. Granted, he only has 3 cards in hand, so if that 2 Dawn is for a Punk Gibson, we know that the other card is a 7-drop kid, but we don't know what the last card is, so it is important to note that we don't know what it is. Kid Mirror. Oh yeah, I think we talked about this before. I think I heard about this. I'm not sure. It feels like if you don't attack into life too much, here Kid just overvalues Zoro and wins by default. I think I agree with you, Simul. I think that oh, he pistoled, nice. Got rid of that Law. I think it's very dangerous to give a Zoro player enough life to do anything. But I feel like at some point you're gonna lose. You know what I mean? Like he was just pistoling that Law. Look how much that's gonna put in the work for him. He just puts the rest on the leader, swing in. Now he's at 1 life. I mean, eventually Zoro's gonna do that, and like I feel like it's gonna happen if you do or don't. I think it's less likely, but I feel like you eventually have to win the game. He's gonna take that life. Yeah, see, now he's down to 1 life. Like, that sucks. Oral player, good body. It's sad to see. Oh, the Zoro player, good. Yeah, I see. Yeah. It's definitely sad to see a Zoro player get hurt by a kid because it's a little worse matchup by, like, literal leagues. Yeah, look at him. He's just gonna poke him with these 5Ks. Just definitely, I don't think you even need to starve him. I think you just are so ahead that it doesn't really matter. If he does decide to take this, I mean, I feel like you guard this. You have to defend this. You don't have a choice. Because if you don't defend this, then it just goes. Actually, you definitely could have took that. Never mind. I misread his life. He's at 3 life right now, guys. If it was 2 life, then you definitely had to. He's just go 5k. Yep. And then what he's gonna do is play the 7-drop kid and then activate a Bonnie. Unless he's an 8-drop kid, then it's a different story. But he's gonna activate 1 Bonnie. Play 7-drop kid, pass. How much would I bet? I always play clear board, play blockers until they have a small hand, and then go for game versus Zoro. And that's totally the right way to do it, honestly. Yep, here goes the first Bonnie. We saw the 8-drop kid. He could play it. It's a little bit risky because you don't have a real... I mean, unless you have a blocker, then like a beige in hand. But I personally wouldn't grab the 8-drop. I think if you had a solid defense, you could, but right now you don't even need it. I think you play 7-drop right now, pass. Yep, 7-drop and just pass, guys. Here it is. Pass the turn. Pass that turn, bud. Count his cards in hand. Yep, and pass. How does he do it? How does he know what he's gonna do? But no, it's very obvious play for here because you definitely, if he has the 7-drop, which we saw he did, and Punk Gibson, like we know he has because he has 2 Dawn up, playing this is just gonna be pure value, and there's no reason to not do it. Now he just has the 7-drop, which he really can't answer. He has 1 card in hand, 2 Okikus, and leader swing. He has to deal with next turn. Like you lose here, Zoro. It's just unfortunate. Like there's nothing you can do. Hand shielding is wild. He's really fast. He's definitely fast at shuffling. Not the fastest I've seen. You guys should check out. Oh no, I don't think your video's still up. Oh, maybe it still is. I don't know. If you go to the fastest shuffler I've ever met in my entire life in person, what used to be one of my best buddies. I miss that guy. Bart Andrioli from he plays Card Fight Vanguard. He used to play Card Fight Vanguard. Miss that guy, I really do. But he was fast. He was really, really good at the game, and he was fast as hell. And me and Eddie actually did his commentary for the ARG tournament that he was in, that he got first. I think we did commentary for that. We are going to see a... What is that? Oh, boy, that's big. We are going to see a... yeah, defend, and then just Punk Gibson. Because this is going to be... I think this is only a 10, right? No, it's not. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's at 12k. So here's Punk Gibson making 11 and then 2k counter. 2k counter makes it 13. Yeah, thank you, Samuel. I got it. Okay, so he's gonna drop 2 1ks. I mean, it means you're not at 0 life and you don't want to be at 0 life against Zoro. You literally can't. You'll literally lose. And then pass the turn. Leaving 3 up is very interesting. I don't know what you could possibly bluff here for. I mean, you can bluff... I don't know. You only have 1 card in hand. Alright, we're going to see the 5k at swing at lead. This sucks. This just sucks. 1 card. Yeah, that's the thing. With 1 card in Zoro's hand, it's really hard to bait anything as of right now. Doomed. Yeah, it's not looking great for our heroes. 6k at lead, 2 cards in hand. I personally think I'd make this 7, but you know how little it matters. Like, it just so doesn't matter. 8k at lead. Yeah, this is death. Forcing, the bluff might have been... I can play Zoro and Rush, forcing reaction to the attack. Oh, I can get behind that. That's cool. But I just don't think I don't think that's worth it. Dop 78, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you being here, man. Oh, what are you, a scoop? Yep, that's a scoop. He did. Good game, guys.
Yep.
Good game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a rough one, though.
Yeah, it's a bad matchup, I think.
It is
Extremely.
super bad match. If you're talking about Zoran's kid.
Yeah, I think Kid is really good against Zoro.
It's
I would say it's the hardest matchup, without a doubt.
Yep.
And I overextended way too early.
I also think Kaido is... I don't know. I think Kaido Kid's really good for Kaido, though. I think that's a bad matchup. I think it's a good matchup for Kaido.
I'll go ahead and tell them that you won.
Alright, sick. Alright.
Well, good game, guys. Good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Yep. Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
Later.
Yeah. Later.
Nice guys. Let's take a look at what people are looking. We're just gonna take a quick peek. Kid. Oh god. Kaido Kid. Holy fuck. So there's of the 4 of the 6 players, 4 of them are Kid. Oh god. Rip the Zoro player, yeah, he's gonna have a rough go at it. He's gonna play against all the Kid players all around. That's such a yikes. Oh no. That's such a yikes, dude. Oh boy. All right, so just out of curiosity, guys, I'm very curious. What is your go-to deck coming in for the Treasure Cup? What do you think that you want to play coming into this Treasure Cup? For that's coming very soon. Honestly, February is right around the corner, guys. It's like what, a month. Treasure Cup's coming really soon. I couldn't even tell you what I'm gonna play, but I'm very curious what you guys are gonna play. I'm very curious. Also, congratulations to those who won the points on your end. Congrats for getting prediction right. Yikes, big yikes. Hoping for that Zoro player to come out in the end, but that was just not great. That was just super not great for him. It's a hard matchup. You're playing Zoro. You gotta get ready for Kid. I've done some reworks on my Kid deck and have been performing really well. So Kid, yeah, that's fair enough. Quatman, I think Kid's a phenomenal choice coming into it. I think honestly, I still stand behind Kid. Might be best deck in game. A couple of decks that I'm really I don't think I'll be able to 10, but I would go with Luffy or Zoro. Yep, I was about to say. I play the same deck with both, just can't decide which I like best. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I think if I were to play a lot of decks that people are undervaluing and not really looking at right now that are actually doing really well, one of the big ones is Luffy. Luffy is so good, and a lot of people are just not touching it. For some ungodly reason, definitely, if you haven't practiced Luffy yet, haven't tried out Luffy, try out Luffy. It's a phenomenal deck. It was actually a deck that I was actually even debating bringing myself. The only reason I'm not is because there are games that sometimes against Kaido that I've had that I'm just like, this is unfortunate. Like, obviously, I've had games with like every single deck where it's like against Kaido, where Kaido just hits the nuts and you lose automatically. Like, it just happens. But I did once with Luffy, and it was like super easy for him to do it, and I was like, this is not correct. Like, this just feels wrong. I've had a lot of good Kaido games, but like, I've had that once with Dofi too, but that happens also. Like, I'm not sure. I won't be able to go because of work, but I'd bring Law. That's a really good one, Weeby. Law is also a big one that people are really, really popular deck. I love Law. Phenomenal deck to bring. So definitely, fair enough. Base Roshi, I'm thinking Kid 2. Such a strong deck, in my opinion. Won't be able to 10, but want to help the locals with their Kid matchups. Yeah, Kid is just a phenomenal deck, guys. Like, it's a consistent deck. It really gets you there. It gets you the full mile. Like, wherever it needs to take you, it takes you there. Kid's just a phenomenal pick, so it's fairly good. Approved time off going to Canada. Hey, Kwame, I'll see you in Canada. Can't wait. I haven't lost a Kid on all my current lists with Luffy. I'm like 8-0 against Kid lists. Yeah, if I'm playing Luffy, I usually don't lose to Kid either. Kid is really not that bad matchup when you're playing Luffy. Where Zoro is just so rough. I hate it. That's my problem choosing a deck right now. Everything feels bad against Kaido, and Kaido's too reliable to play that. Hell yeah. Yeah, Trafficker, I am 100% with you. I really don't want to bring Kaido to a tournament like that because you're playing 9 rounds. But you can easily just get, like, no matter how good the player is, Kaido is just a deck that, like, anyone can pick up, and you can just lose to top end. Like, it just happens. It's a good draws. It happens. It sucks. It happens all the time. Bro, I have the Uta sauce. Oh, my Jesus Christ. Okay. I mean, I don't believe you, but okay. Uta sauce. Uta's so bad. I think Kaido's just boring to play a lot of time, both against and with. I 100% agree with you, Samuel. I hate Kaido. I hate Kaido as a deck just because anyone can pick it up. It's so easy. I hate it. But then when, like, you pick it up, it, like, never works for you. It's one of those decks. Not that I don't recommend Kaido. I definitely recommend Kaido for A, new players, and 2, for Treasure Cup. It's a phenomenal pick. Bro, I got the blue purple croc sauce. Everyone has the blue purple croc sauce. That's blue purple croc is just sauce. Like, that's all it is. Scared about to win with red green Luffy. Kaido's a rough matchup for me as well. Dofi is weird as well, but I think I got how to play him down now. That's fair enough. I'm working on Uta too. I'm gonna be ready with it soon. The Toilet app is there, a digital version of the game. So DOPS78, there is something called OPTCG Sim. Or OPTCG Sim. It's this program. It's made by Batsu. If you hold on, let me answer this next chat, then I'll go back to what I was saying. I'm still hurting for that one game against Kaido, my first locals. Tell me about it. Kaido's so annoying. But anyways, if you go to if you're part of this Discord, this one, very easy. What you can do. Here, I'll also make an invite link. Give me 1 second. I want to see if I can find the. Well, anyways, if you go to Battle Arena under this, here, I will send the link right now for you guys. Copy. Okay, and if you are watching on YouTube, I'll do it for you too because I love you. Okay, hold on. There you go. It's X1 Curse. I've heard you were on the grind with Dofi Leader, Luffy Leader lately. Super fun next to Pilot, and they're my contenders for after Kid for Treasure Cup. Luffy's been so slept on in the West for Zoro lately. You are 100%. I agree with you. Don't sweat it. I'm just not a fan of Twitch's streaming platform. I appreciate you guys dual streaming on YouTube as well. I appreciate you, man. And then bringing Dofi for Treasure. Hey, you know, Dofi is a phenomenal pick. It's something that I personally would feel totally fine with. Here, I'm gonna leave this open so I can go back and look at you guys. I'd feel comfortable bringing to the cup. So if you go to that Discord, this is one of the biggest ones, in terms of the trading card game. But if you go to this one, right, and you go to the battle arena, it says OPTCG Sim. If you click on this pinned message here, it's by Batsu. Again, I can't shout him out enough. He made this phenomenal program. We were there since the very beginning when he played it, showing it on stream. Like it's a phenomenal guy and phenomenal program. So if you go there, you can click on this, and it will bring you to this page where you can download this app or this if you have a way to unzip your WinRAR files and stuff. Very easy thing to do with 7-zip, WinRAR, all that nonsense. You can get this application, and it's really sweet. You got the Dofi sauce. I always got Dofi sauce, dude. I love Dofi. Dofi's my favorite deck right now. It's not that saucy. I mean, it's a little saucy, but it's not really. Anyways, I'll go over that again in a minute. But this program is phenomenal. You make your decks on it, like whatever. This deck. You can go and play other people, go multiplayer, and you can click on these tables, get into a game. You can make your own game, all that good stuff. It's a phenomenal program. It's automated, so you physically can't cheat. Not like Untap, where you can't cheat on Untap, but it's very manual. You have to click the buttons. It's a big pain in the ass. This is automated. It's super easy to do. I'm pretty sure you can also get on your phone. I'm not an iPhone, but on Android you can. I have an iPhone, so for my brothers who live the literal hell of iPhone, you can't get it on iPhone yet, which sucks, but it is what it is, right? Let's see how far are they into next. So that's that. That's a really easy way to get some practice in. Not that my personal caveat though is, if you are on this website or this app, sorry, it's just phenomenal, but you have to be mindful that the people on it, not always the best playtesting. A lot of people are learning on it, which is fine. Just don't get conceited in terms of, oh, I'm like 18-0 with my list online. My list is phenomenal. Like, no, it's just people are not used to playing online, or they're just very new at the game when they're playing online. Sometimes you're not gonna get really good test results a lot of the time doing it. Personally, I like webcam events because usually the people playing with real cards are usually better than whatever. If you want some real practice, that's my personal recommendation. If you disagree, that's totally fine. I definitely here for disagreements, but you'd be wrong. No, I'm just kidding. It is what it is, right? Can't figure out how to get on the phone. Yeah, neither can I. Sounds like someone's 55-0 with Dofi. Jag. Yep. Yep. Actually, not gonna lie to you, dude. I am really high in my win rate with Dofi. I think I can only name one time I've lost with Dofi in like so long, but it's all online, so who cares? I mean, I've also played in real life. I played it online, like in real life, a couple times. Not in a tournament yet, though. So it's like, is that really real practice? So I'll show you my Dofi Spice, even though it's not Spice at all. It's just a fairly standard Dofi deck. This is my list I've been messing around with, which I really like. I'm actually thinking I'm supposed to write an article on this on Patreon soon. I think I'm supposed to. I haven't done it yet. I forgot. If you know, you know. It's such a meme where it's like, oh, I'm 85-0. Fucking Maverick, motherfucker. I told him not to do it too. He still did it. Nah, just kidding. um, but it's such a meme. Where it's like my deck is undefeated. It's like, God damn it, shut up. Make sure quick practice whenever you don't have as much time. I 100% agree with you, ex Goka. It's such a good practice for just quick, easy practice. But here's my Dofi list, just really quickly. That I'm really liking, making sure. Wait, is round 2 up? No, we're good. They're really taking their sweet time. But it's 4 Alvita just to get counter, 2 Virgo, 2 Mihawk, 4 of the Dofi blocker, 4 Kuma, best card almost ever, 1 Pacifista blocker, and you'll see why in a minute, 4 Perona, staple, 2 Teach, which is normally way lower than what most other people do. It's just a space issue. You could make more space for the 3rd Teach if you cut this one law. You could make it space for it by cutting maybe a Pacifista. I wouldn't, but I can respect it. 2 Doflamingo, 4 of the law, 2 Sensamaros, the spice, 4 Mihawk, 4 Moria, 4 Boa, and then 4 Blood Beam. So this is what I'm in. Why no one locally plays TCG and nearest TCG shot to me. 1 hour commute making it very hard to commit to any TCG unless it's a digital version. That sucks, Dops. I mean, I'm glad that you get to see this program at least a little bit. Definitely check it out, dude, for sure. Get some practice in. Play this game. Decide if you like it. There's definitely a lot of things in here that can be changed if you guys want to, if you want to test it out. But the 2 Sensamaru is my biggest thing that I like about this list that it's different than most lists. I think the only thing I'm slightly uncomfortable about is this having Teach at 2. I think I want to add 3. I just don't know what I could possibly cut except for this law. For 1 law, which even then I'm not ecstatic about. But Sensamaru is so good for so many matchups. Like, it's so good against Kaido. Like, it's so good. It's like, oh yeah, board wipe. It's like, ha 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 ha, idiot. And then the 1 Pacifista blocker is you can switch it off the Sento, you can play it off the Kuma. Like, having this 1 is sweet if you had the Sensamaru as a 2 of, maybe even a 3 of if you want. I thought about it making a 3 of. If you can cut 1 more law, you can also put it in the Sensamaru slot, so you can see it more consistently into Kaido, which is your best matchup for it. No overheat, nope. I respect overheat a lot. I don't think this deck needs it at all. I think it's definitely fine if you do. I used to run it. I like it. Just play 4 Virgos. Something about 5 cost 7k stick in my pickle. So Sento for 1 cheat out Pacifista. You'd be surprised. No, I spam Sensamaru like all the time. Like, no one can do anything to it. It's really funny. And my thing is if you're using your resources to get rid of Pacifista or get rid of Sensamaru, I'm just kind of winning the game. I have so many other things going on if I'm Dofi. Try out Sensamaru. It's sweet. Even if it's 2, you'll see it once and it's like, yes, this is godhood. This is what it feels like to be God. It gives you a blocker out if you need it. It gives you the 6k out if you need it. It's just a really good engine in this list because you can literally just go Sensamaru, activate effect, grab your thing, swing a leader, activate effect. You get like 3 things on board and you played 1 card. Like, do I need to say more? It's so stupid. Pacifista engine is a trap. No, it's fine. It's good. Virgo is amazing, but you honestly, because you're running the Sento and you have so many Pacifistas and stuff, it isn't the end of the world if you don't hit your Virgos like against green, because you can just put 2 on like I never have a problem against green because I just go, well, 1, I know the matchup like the back of my hand, and 2, I just go 2 on Pacifista, swing. Like, it's almost as good as Virgo, but you can get it for literally almost free with Sensamaru. So Sensamaru is, again, if you don't like it, that's fine. I usually just swing with it also. Like, after I use it, like, I use it once. If they don't answer it, I use it again, and then I just swing with it. Like, I don't care. It's a 5k swing. Like, it's perfect. Did you try 4-cost Jinbei? I did. I in my first iteration of my list ran, not first, but one of my early ones ran 2. Instead of this, again, I guess it would be Sensamaru. I don't know. It's a very old list. But I think it's also it's on YouTube still. If you go to our channel again, I had my very early version of Dofi, of some stuff I've tried in the past. And then Max's Doflamingo list is also on YouTube that he got first place in a tournament with a long time ago. And I like that list a lot. I use that list for a very long time, and then now we both play very differently with Doflamingo, honestly. We play very, very differently. It's not the focus, just something that can help out when you don't see Pacifista. Yeah, exactly. I missed the other 3 to 4 drop Pacifista. Jinbei. Oh. Bob, thanks for the sub. Yeah. You run 4 Pacifistas. Like, it's fine. Jinbei is great depending on the meta in your local. Lots of anything but Kaido, take him out. Yeah, I guess, but it doesn't have a counter stat, and it's like, it's not a bad card by any means. It's a good card. It's just, I don't want to invest my entire turn to play like a teach, you know what I mean? Like I usually don't want to play Jinbei if I can help it. I like Jinbei at like 4 or like 3 in like blue croc lists because you have a really good chance of hitting off life, and that's really funny. And the only reason if you saw my other croc list I showed on the stream is because I was forced to play the specific way to play that list. Like I was literally said you have to play these exact cards, and then everything else is whatever. And I'm just like, this sucks. But in terms of, I really like the Sentomaru. If you don't like it, you come back to me and like, Anthony, you're wrong. Be my guest. I like it a lot. But definitely, I want to hear when you guys do test your own Dofi lists. Give me your feedback because I really like Dofi and I want to be really good with Dofi. Not that I'm saying I'm not, because I personally think I'm really good with Dofi. But you know, you can always get better. And I like you will only like listen to like people's opinions and then try it out yourself and see what like you like and dislike. The only real way you can know if something works is if you test it a million times. You can also play Evenkov. I'm gonna play Evenkov, bro. I'm playing Evenkov when it comes out. I'm not kidding. I was gonna try it and see how it felt to play it. Thanks for the insights about Jinbei. What do you find to be your hardest matchup? That's a really good question. As Doflamingo, my hardest matchup. I don't have a hard matchup. Okay, in theory, I think, and I've also heard other people talk about this slightly, not really, but I've heard some people talk about it. I can even reference the guy who said it, but I don't know how much I take the word of it, is Zoro's kind of a pain. Because in the Zoro matchup, what you really want to do is stabilize by attacking their board state, getting your board state set up at the same time, and hoping to God they don't kill your board like every turn with what they have. I usually don't have a problem against Zoro, but I've heard that's in theory that is technically the worst. But even then, I don't think Zoro's that bad. It's not like an auto loss by any means, like even a little bit. And they're playing more around you than you are playing more around them. Dofi just kind of plays the game. It's super funny. Hey, Skirian. What are we doing? We're just talking about what you would bring in Treasure Cup and what I really like with Dofi right now. That's what we're talking about. About a stream, you can't stream because then you leave my stream. You can't do that. You gotta stay with me, Jag. Don't leave me. Cinnamon just seems to compete with just using your leader ability most of the time, and then you have to use Akuma, that hungry for pacifistas, in hand. Downloading boring updates. Green hurts if they establish the A-Trop. Okay, so that's actually not that bad. So against Kid, what you're doing is, again, you have the Virgos for it. You're playing in the Doflamingos and the Mihawks. You just play them before they play 8-drop. Yes, you have less, but you also have Sentomaru, which you can grab Pacifistas. Playing your Pacifistas is also really decent against 8-drop Kid. Not from hand if you can help it. You want to block with your Kumas, let those die, play your Pacifista, play your Pacifista from deck for Sentomaru. And I know what you're saying too, if your Kuma kind of you also go against what your leader does. Sentomaru is very hard to play in Dofi, in my opinion, and make it work to and not just fold to it. You know what I mean? Like, Sentomaru isn't something you can blindly play in your deck and be like, yes, I'm the best player of all time. No, it's something you have to strategically plan throughout the game. But I still implore you to try it. I'm telling you, Sentomaru is actually kind of nuts. I wouldn't run it more than 3. I would never run it more than 3. 2 is the least amount I'd run. 3 is the most amount I'd run. Never 4, never 1, and you could run it at 0, and you're totally fine. Most decks don't do it. But this is what I'm playing right now, and I really, really enjoy it. Blue's an enigma to me. It's not that bad. I love blue. I'll be watching you even when I stream in my chat and I discuss your opinions. It's mostly just laughter. Oh, fuck you. I'm gonna watch both streams though. Well, yeah, watch me, obviously. No, but what you do is just open both different accounts and watch one on Roku or something stupid. I don't know. Watch one on your phone. Watch one on your screen, on your TV or your computer. There you go. 45 Warlords build leaderability version. Oh, that the all Warlord build of Dofi. I love that. Why is it taking them so long? Did they die? What's happening? Watch Moonman and Roku. I mean, you can. I'm pretty sure. Is there an ideal target for leader skill? It really depends. That's a really good question, Goka. It really depends on what the situation on the board state is. Let me bust out my Roku. So if you're against Kaido, if you have a pacifist in your hand, playing the Kuma early is really funny because if they play King, they KO the Kuma. It's like, haha, here's pacifista. Even playing it late, that's really funny. So it really depends on the matchup. Playing Boa really early is like your turn 3, I believe, right? Turn 1 Perona, turn 2. No, turn 2. Yeah, your turn 2 playing Boa is nuts. Like, that's so good. You can also, if you can try and predict that your opponent is going to be playing, swinging into you a lot, or even if you have enough cards you can counter out with, you can counter with your Goko, or with a, not Gokomori, Jesus Christ, with anything really, and then just you play the Gokomori off top if you have it. If you're playing against red or green, you can play the Teach on top. Like, there's literally never a bad target. Honestly, there really isn't that many that targets I'm like, oh, I can't believe I hit this. Like, it's whatever. Tournament organizer using Roku, that's why it's taking so long. Shut up. I think the card that's actually underperformed for me the most is easily Virgo. Because my green matchup is honestly just fine without it, but I'm not cutting it because the second I take it out, my green match is gonna crumble. Virgo is so good against green, and it's just a good card in general. I would never cut it if I can help it. You could, in theory, cut Virgo and put in 1 Mihawk and 1 Dofi, but I like having counter stat. And another thing is that these clutter in your hand so often, and I literally have the 4 of these, right? 2/2, and they clutter in my hand still, and I'm like, just like, how? I'm not reducing the number. Like, it's not going less than 2 each. It's not happening. But so they still like, I drew the oh, that was against Croc though. That was different. But I still run the same ratio. Yeah, I run 2 and 2, I think, in Croc as well, and I still. Right? Croc Troll? Yeah, Croc Troll. Yeah, I run 2 of them as well, and I still managed to lose because I drew a Mihawk. Like, it's so annoying. That's my least fucking favorite thing in the world. Clunking with these two. It happens more often than it shouldn't. And I know you should just play it, but it's like, nah, I want to do like 8 other things. Virgo is cool. No. I'm not cutting Virgo. Don't cut Virgo. I'm just saying you can. Just don't. Don't do it. Have you ever blind used leader effect? Goka, I have. I have done blind leader effects. And sometimes you myth. Sometimes you're the god of the new world and you hit Moria and you win. Like, it's super funny. What deck is surprising you guys most in the North America meta? Blue Purple Croc is a really good answer to that question. The Mad Lad is doubting the best blue card, Virgo. I'm not doubting it. Stop putting words in my mouth, guys. Come on, relax. Calm down. You've seen the Zeph card. Winning that 50-man made me. Wasn't me, though. Yeah, it wasn't you. I was gonna say, it's like, that was Jonathan Rodriguez, I'm pretty sure. Zeph is whack. Blue Nami looking interesting. I guess Blue Purple Croc making waves is the most surprising deck to do well in North America meta. Yes, I think out of all the decks in North American meta to have seen a spotlight out of every single deck ever, Blue Purple Croc getting this treatment that it's getting in North America is absolutely insane to me. It's so not what I would have guessed in a million years. Not a million years would I have guessed it. What I'm not surprised is a lot of people gravitating towards Zoro that I've seen. People are falling out of love with Zoro. Again, me and Max called that from the beginning. People love aggro always, and then they just kind of realize, hey, aggro is not that good in a lot of matchups. Not saying Zoro's bad. Zoro's phenomenal. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Zoro is like, a lot of people who I heard say Zoro is best deck in game are no longer saying that because they, grew brain cells. Like, Zoro's by no means best deck in game. Is it amazing? Absolutely. Is it best deck in game? No. No, it's not. Law's been less popular than I thought. Honestly, Law's been super popular at the beginning, and it's the same thing with Zoro. In my opinion, where I think Law is a really hard deck to play, and people just don't realize it until they touch it, and then it's like, oh, now I don't know. Like, Blue is still the hardest deck to pilot for me. Blue is, in fact, the hardest deck to pilot besides maybe Law, and even then, I'd still give it to Blue. Blue's really hard, but it's my most favorite fun deck to play. It's so great. Ton of respect for the pilot. For Law to tank when it was the meta that ended in Japan is wild. I know, it's insane. It's literally insane. What? Okay, now we're waiting for... They finished, but now we're waiting for round two. I think it's because how rampant Zoro has been in the West. Yeah, fair enough. No Law players are scared of him. Yeah, and scared of Zoro, 100%. And Kaido. Like, that was a big complaint. A lot of people were coming to me, and North American players asking me, well, if you're Law, how do you deal with Kaido? And it's super hard. It's not easy. Especially because a lot of players in Japan weren't running 7-drop King as much, which made decks like Law way better, but now people are running like at least 3 Kings to deal with the meta, and it's like, okay, now I auto-lose this matchup where I shouldn't be. Law players, aka me, just see all the 5s and switch decks. Can't wait till my Law's coming. I'm gonna have to sweep some tournaments with Law since people are unprepared. Not a single Law player in my meta. That must be really nice. That's not how I live. Actually, that's not true. There's Law players, but there's so little amount. Such a little, mostly kid. I think I've seen the most. I think I've seen more kids than anything else in my locals. Just as a general rule of thumb. I think we watched Tricky last time, so let's watch these guys. Hey guys.
Hello.
I'm streaming this tournament. Would it be cool if we stream your game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
As long as it's okay with my opponent.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
it cool?
it's fine.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
Good luck, guys. Have fun.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've ever had someone tell me no. I don't think it's ever happened. I'm waiting for it to happen, though. They can. Like, I don't mind if they do. I mean, who cares? No, I'm just kidding. How dare they? Lots of Kid and Kaido locally here. What is best deck OPO1? Zoro and Zoro, of course. Zoro Law, not even close. I'll tell you no. The best deck, I still think it's Kid. It just requires the right pilot. You have to be good with Kid. I think it's just a hard question to answer because it's with most of One Piece, it really isn't the deck. A lot of times it's the pilot, like 99% of the time. 2 mirror variables considered. Yeah, I wouldn't call any deck the best. It's really hard. What I would say though is what has the highest ceiling. Like when I'm talking about ceiling and floor, is floor means what it takes for you to pick up the deck right now and play a tournament and do well. Floor, like easiest deck to play, it would be Kaido. Obviously, Kaido is I think the easiest deck to play in the game by literal light years. Anyone can pick it up. Floor is so low. Ceiling means if you are the best player with that deck of all time, you will see the results that only you could achieve because you are so good with that deck. That's the ceiling, right? So in terms of how high your ceiling can go is the potential of a deck being good. In theory, right? That's how it works. So, the deck, in my opinion, with the highest ceiling, which also means, ceiling also means how hard the deck is, in my opinion. I'm not sure if that really matters or counts, but I think it matters in terms of how hard to get to that ceiling is. Like, the limit you can go is harder to get than, like, other decks. I think the hardest deck to master, and I've said it on the stream multiple times, is Kid. And it's Kid Mirror. Lovely. I'm not even gonna have a vote up. I'm not gonna bother. It's not worth it. It consistently tops the most as well, like Screen pointed out. Mainly consistent. It isn't a card you desperately need to see. Opening hand. Kid can be aggressive or full control. Yeah, Kid has so much flexibility, but it's very easy to fall into the trap of, Kid is good and tops all the time. Let me play it. And then you get smashed because people know how to play against you. But if you're a good Kid player, you are just living the best life. Because you're consistent, you're just doing the same thing over and over again, you're not really losing anything for doing what you're doing, you know what I mean? So it's just pure value, the entire time. I think that is my opinion in terms of that. Law is really, really hard, has a really high ceiling in terms of it's hard to play, hard to master. It's super hard, but I think Kid is a harder deck to master than Law will ever be, because Law is really not that hard. It's just a matter of, can you set your board up? How do I do the most optimal things during my turn? And just making sure you know how to recover from a bad hand or after your board wipe or something like that. That's literally what the deck is. Or like 7-drop Kid, or King. Sorry, that's literally what the Law is. Where Kid is like a million things can happen, and you need to know how to respond to like all these things and still come out on top. And you won't be losing necessarily, but you need to be winning. Like, it's so hard. We're gonna see the Okiku come down. I mean, that, fairly obvious. Green has draw, dual attack, best blockers, 8-drop Kid. Exactly. Like, Security knows what's up. No Jet can change gears like Kid and consistency to back it up. Exactly. Kid can really do anything it wants. You just know how to. You need to know when to be aggressive. You need to know when to be a controller. Like, you need to be as flexible as Kid to master Kid. And if you master Kid, you're the best player in the literal world. Like, it's so good. My only reason why I haven't put the time into Kid is because Mirror Match is pure and agonizing hell. I hate it. I find Kid to be easier, but that could just be me. Kid is an easier deck to play, but I think it's a harder deck to master. See, you know what I mean? We are going to see the Cat Viper tap down this Okiku. Let me focus on the game. So yeah, Cat Viper tapping down Okiku, you kind of have to do it, right? The question is, how much Dawn does he commit on his leader to swing into Okiku? If you put 2 Dawn leader, that's fine, but you force a block, essentially. If you put, okay, that's fine. Yep, you force the block without using 2 Dawn. That's totally fine. Now, what do you do with this last Dawn? That's the question. You could use Momo effect, but then you're giving a really clear target for the Okiku to swing into. Like, right? If you use Momo effect here, right? The Okiku will swing 6k into Momo and then tap down something like Beige and then swing with leader into it. So it's just, you can control the board easier. See, like, these kind of decisions is what makes Green not that easy to master. It's easy to play. Any dum-dum can play it. It's hard to master. Learning your matchups is key to mastering Kid. Exactly. It's a 5-life leader. What do you think about Luffy? I think Luffy is the most slept-on deck ever in this format for some ungodly reason, and it's actually like high-key stupid broken. So good, because you have a good matchup into Kid, you have a good matchup into Kaido, you have a good matchup into almost everything. Like, it's so good. It's such a good deck. It's just it's like the same thing with Kid, except kind of not. Hey, let me phrase this. I think Luffy has a really high ceiling in terms of you can get really, 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 really good with Luffy. I think you can go higher with Kid because its ability to be flexible is just so stupid. Luffy has one thing it's doing. Yep, so we're going to see 5k into that Momo, bouncing the Okiku with a Law, playing the Law down, just clearing this board right out and doing whatever he needs to do here. That's definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. Look at it. You have to figure out, and he's at 5 life too, so a big thing about this now is our Kid player on the left is at 5 life, which means that the Kid player on the right, unless he has another way to tap down Okiku, or maybe use Straw Sword to tap down the Law blocker, he physically has to give him cards, which is something you don't want. Keyboard mirrors are a real nightmare. Can't wait to live it. Some people think Red Luffy is best deck in format. I wouldn't give it best deck in format. It's just way better than you think it is. I mean, like, not you, I'm saying most people. Dofi mirrors is funny. Yeah, I agree with Samuel. Zoro is really, really not as easy as people think it is. Dofi mirrors is funny. I would call them pure hell, but I see a million local Zoro players, and it's simple to do well with Zoro, but the ceiling is high. Beating Green consistently is hard. 100 billion%. Skirin, I couldn't agree more with the statement. Zoro is so good, and honestly, I think Zoro would be best deck in game if Green did not exist. Not saying it's the second best deck in game, because it's not. I'm saying that if Green, because Red's only bad matchup is, or that's not true. Red's consistently bad matchup, Zoro's consistent really worst matchup normally is Kid. And because of that, it makes you want to blow your brains out, and it makes the deck way worse. If the best deck in game is your worst matchup, it means you're gonna run into it constantly and never win with it. It's just unfortunate. But having to beat up your worst matchup, play against it all the time with Zoro is just super rough. I'm gonna go stream and steal a viewer too. Hope you win this tournament. You didn't enter. Fuck you. Try putting in big beaters, makes life so much easier. I agree. That's the way to be in Zoro. If you put in big beaters in your Zoro deck, it does in fact help your matchup tremendously. I don't believe sacrificing my other matchup to put big boys is I'm usually just slow it down. I agree. That's my problem too. Teching Yasop makes a big difference, even as a 2-of in Zoro. It's always good given tech in deck building. I beat a decent kid player at locals with a top deck, Luffy off the top. Felt good. I love playing Luffy and not having to sweat about Kid, though. Who doesn't love slamming down at Beckman or Shanks? Some of those most badass characters in One Piece. I can see 2 Yasop. Yeah. I have to agree. All those things that you guys been saying, I really, really agree with the sentiment of beating kids down with a bloody hammer, like just beating it to piss, like is so fulfilling, and it's actually really easy to do it as Luffy. I'd argue that one of Kid's worst matchups is Luffy. And if you want to be consistently beating the best deck in game and have a really decent matchup into everything else, Luffy's your answer. Alright, so we're going to see the 5k swings coming in, using Law, bounce out Kiku again. Still up at 5 life. Fun fact. And just really hammering in. Really the guy, our kid player on the left, whose name is escaping me, Emodist. Oh, I recognize that name. He is really, really doing well into this matchup. Playing these bodies, still being at 5 life, really generating that advantage. His opponent has to respond in the form of tapping things down and swinging into Basil Hawkins if he doesn't want to hit leader, which is just so not great because you're giving them cards right now. If you're a mono aggro player, but in the case consider playing a hyper aggro Luffy list, then you can go tall for Kid and full aggro for everything else. It's not a bad plan. I also take Gordon because I have many more outs into Kid. Gordon is the sauce. Gordon is very saucy. Both versions. Both are great. Not gonna lie. I like the idea of maybe taking 4 to 5 cards to help beat Kid, but not much more. I usually beat green players anyways. How do you guys add more 2Ks? Do you not run Radical or Guard Point? I mean, that would be the way. Yeah, so we are going to see it here. We're going to see the Izo come down. Nice proxy. And tapping down the Okiku, so now his Basil Hawkins can also swing into it multiple times if he needs to, and just try to clear it up board. You could even potentially, if you really wanted to feel saucy, you can swing Leader for 5 into it, right? Because that gives him 5 more Dawn if he wants to feel like a lunatic. Oh, wait, no. He needs to put 1 on Basil, right? Never mind. What's very notable here is he put 2 Dawn on Basil Hawkins, making it 8, so that if he does, in fact, block with the Law, he will literally just lose the Law right there. Now what he does, if you swing Leader for 5k, that's where you do it. Because if they block with the Law, you swing into Basil Hawkins into it. So this is where you just swing 5k Leader. Only waste a card out of hand. And they only have 3 cards in hand. So it's like, they're going to take it. And you also could physically just pass with the Basil being untapped like this, so that they physically can't do anything to it for turns, and that's also really big. A little bit risky, because if they do have an answer to it in the form of Straw or something, you cry. Looking like he's going to swing, though. I would definitely swing Leader first for 5k. Like, no questions. I hate floating Dawn and Zoro, so I just play Janbei and Pistol. Yeah, I don't disagree. Radical and Hawk are really hard, or not Radical and Hawk. Yeah, Radical and Hawk are really hard to make, not necessarily make work in Zoro, but play them and feel great. You know what I mean? Luffy, but yeah. Floating usually sucks. In Luffy, you can easily do it, because you usually have the Dawn for it. But in Zoro, you want to make use of your Dawn every turn. It's way more annoying than you think. Super lame. But in Luffy, it's super easy to do it. That's why I honestly like Luffy way more than Zoro right now. Oh yeah, so we already see the 5k swing, and then he blocked with the Law, which means this 8k Law, Basil Hawkins can swing into this Law, which is really good. I don't even know why you bother looking at your hand, dude. That Law's goner. If you defend this Law, you're losing the game. Don't do it. Please, God, don't do it. No, don't. Oh. No, why you do that? I guess it's not the worst thing ever. But that's a lot of resources to your already very slim. If you do another play like you did last turn, I mean, he could have blocked with the law so that he can bait the AK swing into it, counter out of it, and then retaliate into his next turn. You can put 3 into leader, swing to AK into that Hawkins. That'd be really, really good. Yep. And then you can untap using leader effect if you desperately need to, which I'm sure he doesn't. If you need a Kid Tech and Zoro, just put round table to 2 of. You could. But I also agree with Skirian that round table is. I also do not have a nice relationship with that card. That card does not love me. So this is going to be 8k into the Vassal, getting rid of it. Absolutely. Good job. We're going to see... Two Dawn onto the Viper. Yep. That's what I would do at least. If you are doing that, you just need to be aware, again, that this Okiku will swing into it and type down a law blocker, which is a little annoying, but that is what it is. Like, you potentially could lose your law and a Viper this next turn, and that's something you don't want to see. He's going to take this life, though, going himself down to 3. I always mull into it and rots my hand. I also had that exact same problem. I've lost games because it was a card in my hand just sitting there doing nothing into the green matchup because it was like the last card in my hand. I was like, now what? I was like, I'll never forget that. That was so annoying. I literally drew into 4 pistols and 1 round table, and I used all 4 pistols because I had no choice. And I was like, ugh. Like, this is so annoying. That's how you lose against lots of decks. Alright, so we're going to see the one on to the Okiku. Is it only me or is anyone else locals mostly mono blue croc? It is definitely just you. That is the first time I've heard that. That's really wild to me. We are going to see the 7k swing. Nope. Are we going to see the Izo swing to the Viper first? I don't even necessarily disagree. I just think if you want to get rid of this board state, you definitely get Okiku into Viper, tap down a law. That gives him way less resources to use. I'm not sure if I would have put 2 on it, but I support it anyways. Tap down the law blocker, swinging to the Viper or leader. Ooh, giving him some resources is a little dangerous right here. But you also need to think about winning. I don't know. It depends what the rest of your hand is. It really depends. But if you're gonna swing into leader anyways with the Okiku, then I would have swung the Izo into the Viper first. Not that it matters by any means necessary, but then if they block, then you put like 3 onto the Okiku, swing into the law, and then they tap down the other law, and that's funny. My local started as exclusively Kid and Zoro, but now we have a healthy spread of Kid, Croc, Dofi, Luffy, and Zoro. Very few long Kaido. I mean, they're very inconsistent decks. They do, they can draw you dead and you lose because of it. That's why I don't like either of those decks. There's going to be 6k. I have to imagine this is into the law. We see his hand is up. Oh, there's Punk Gibson tapping down the Izo. That's unfortunate. Wait, what's that? What are those 2 piles? Why is there 2 piles of cards there? Oh, is this his hand? Just how he's organizing it. He is going to tap down this Izo, which means this Izo will not be swinging into this Viper anytime soon, which kind of sucks. Now, Viper, you might think it's not doing anything crazy here, but 2 Dawn on it, it hits leader or Kiku, so that actually does matter. Kyle's popular at my local since it's simple and can win with 2 stars pushed together. Yeah, that's why most people play Kaido. It's pretty annoying. We are going to see the Okiku bounce off the law and then replay it, which means he gets swing into it unless he has a way to tap down, which is totally fine. And he has 2 Dawn up potentially for a Punk Gibson, which we saw he had in his hand anyways, but it is what it is. Okay, so if you're the kid player on the left here, if you're him, yeah, you swing the Viper into the Ezo before he punk gipses it down like he did to his opponent last turn. That's something that could be really, really annoying. So Viper going into the Ezo is fine. You could have put 2 Dawn into it, swing into lead, but it gets blocked by the law. You have a lot less things to do. I don't know. It really depends on what your hand is, what you do here. If he does have 8-drop, he could, in theory, play it. He's gonna counter out to save the Ezo, and he counter with a Yamato. Huh? Why? But if he plays 8-drop here, then you cry. Okay, so he's not playing 8-drop, so never mind. That's unfortunate. Roundtable is a one-off in every red deck I play. Feels like my 5th pistol with more reach and a couple stipulations. I mean, I can get behind it. I just don't love it. It's fine. We're going to see 7-drop Kid. Grabbing off of that. If we do see the leader swing, it has to be 5 if you intend to. I mean, you could have made it 6 and you still have enough. Oh, no, he doesn't. He's 9 Dawn. So he blocks with the law. Now I think you swing law into his law. Punish him for blocking. Yep. Force some cards out of his hand. And then you play 7-drop. Oh, so he has. We can see his hand. It's a Paradise, a Bonnie. I think it's another Yamato and a Punk Gibson. We should probably tell him that you can see his hand. Nope. Okay. Well. I mean, the rest of the Dawn go for a Kid anyways. Gotta be careful with those hands on cam. Yeah, I should let him know. Hey, Hat. I'm just making sure you know that we can kind of see your hand a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make sure you don't give out information.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no worries. Just make sure. No,
Yeah, okay.
You're doing great.
I
Okay. I didn't want to throw him off. If you can see his hand, so the opponent. Exactly. I don't want him to lose because it's something stupid. Gotta give him a heads up. We don't want him to lose because of that. That just seems silly. Wait, what's happening? Did he just swing the 6K law into Ezo? Oh. I mean, yeah, we're gonna see. Huh. Into the Ezo. I mean, a guaranteed kills a card. So now this Viper or Bonnie will definitely stay on board. Just seems kind of insane when you think about it, but I can kind of get behind there. We're gonna pass back. Let's see what he does here. You can attach 1 to the Okiku, swing for 6, but if you put 2 onto it, then it kind of makes it so if he blocks with the 7-drop, then it's like whatever. Swinging there first. I mean, if you swing the Okiku first, you can tap down that law, which is really important. If you swing with just the leader, it's a little bit scary. It's not bad. It's just kind of scary. Salty Bumblebee. Opponent should have said something way earlier, been playing with more knowledge than he should have. I mean, it is what it is. If you're going to show your hand, like, I would, knowing me personally, I'd be like, oh, I can see your hand. I don't want to, I'm not going to win off that. You know what I mean? But if your opponent's showing their hand, it is what it is. Like, like, that's not on you. I personally would be like, hey, dude, I can see your hand. Let's not. But I can understand not wanting to do that. This is definitely not. Max Tapera, Rain with Party 12. Thank you guys for joining the stream. And welcome to our tournament live stream. Always appreciate Max Tapera, the homie, for bringing in the crowd. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Definitely always appreciate you. Alright, so this is going to be 8K swing. You could swing into the law. That wouldn't be that too bad. Not be that bad. Swing into the law, tap down the other law. if you block with the kid, then you can block 2k. That definitely isn't too bad. Definitely not a bad play if he decides to do that. Yeah, let the law die. I would definitely agree with that, because then you're not wasting. Potentially, you could lose your other blocker in this turn if you're not careful. So definitely respect that for sure. We are going to see what. How does he continue this turn? That's the thing. What's the rest? How much Dawn does he have? Is that 5? He does also still have Leader Swing. Okay, so we're not gonna see. I was thinking maybe Basil Hawkins, but it's so improbable at this point. I mean, he could potentially play it. If he goes like 5k, you can swing into the Bonnie. Yeah, but now your Leader Swing just kind of sucks. Because then if you play the... Oh, okay, that's kind of fair. Play the extra, getting rid of a Bonnie here is really good. Leader Swing 6 and 6 at Bonnie and Law. Oh, no. Yeah, the thing is, the reason why this isn't the best play in the world is now that his leader is... You can't swing with it at anything. Because if he does, he just blocks with his 7-drop kid. And it's like, okay, now my Leader Swing is useless. If you do decide to do that, if he does block with a swing with leader with the 7-drop, you could swing your 6k Law into it, but then your Law is tapped. And it's like, you have to be careful, because that means it's going to certainly die, and you will lose a lot more resources with something you don't want. We are going to see another X-Drake to kill the opposing Okiku. God, X-Drake's so good in the mirror. It's so good, guys. Take notes. It's so good. We are going to see... I mean, 1 Dawn is going to go into this kid. Like, there's no question. He's going to put 2 Dawn in swing. I just assume this is at leader. It's at Bonnie. I would have literally just left it at 3k. I wouldn't even bothered. Because they can still block with the Law. We're going to see 7k swing. He could have swung with leader raw first to bait out some stop before playing X-Drake or resetting and swinging. X-Drake is sweet. Or is great. Yeah, no. I totally agree with you. I think sequencing could have been slightly better. When I see sequencing like that, what that kind of tells me is that he was gonna do something else and then decided last minute, because the way his opponent responded, to do the play that he did. I don't necessarily think that was a misplay. I just think there's definitely could have been better sequencing. And I think you just had to adjust to it. His opponent, our kid player on the right, is at 1 life to the left player at 4 life, which is really unfortunate, especially because of this 7-drop kid. Another card that I personally think is phenomenal in Mirror Match is this 7-drop kid. It puts in so much work, guys. Definitely don't sleep on it. I don't feel like it gives any value if they play it correctly. What do you mean? Just better killer in a body. Also, why... Hold on. Damn it. Whatever. X-Drake 4-drop is amazing. You're hilarious. So we're going to see the 8-drop kid come down. I still would have swung leader first here, and then baited out something, and then see how you respond to this, but... I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. You can block with... Oh, he's swinging to the Viper? I mean, you still block with Law. And if you swing at the extra, you block with your kid. Like, it doesn't matter. You can put 1 Dawn into this X-Drake. That wouldn't be too bad. Gonna activate the effect. Hopefully play down a blocker. 7 into Law. That was a bad block. I don't know about that. Ooh, playing a Bonnie. Oh, no. That sucks. That sucks real hard. We are going to see... Oh, my God. I do love 4-cost Drake, though. It just feels like it can be really cool in some decks in the future. Oh, yeah, for sure. I agree. If we do... Okay, so what that does tell me is that he has Paradise Waterfall in his hand. If he swings 6k, he's just got to block with a 7-drop kid, and that's, like, wasting an attack. The only reason it doesn't matter is because he can't physically swing into the X-Drake unless he gets rid of the 8-drop kid first. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, and then he's going to attach 1... Oh. I would have just attached 1 to the X-Drake and just swing for 7. over swing with Law Blocker, like easily, or use Bonnie Effect. Like either of those things sounds better than swinging with Law here. Ooh, I wouldn't do it. Oh boy, that seems wrong to me. I mean, it's a free 7K, but like, where do you go into it? Like, if you swing into the 7-drop kid, he just counters with a 1K, like that. And if he swings into the Law, he counters with 2K, and it's the same exact position. Like, it's not. I mean, you don't swing a leader at life. You don't swing at the leader. You definitely don't. But there isn't a good answer, anyways. Like, if you're gonna swing only 7K into a 7-drop kid, I would have swung more into. I mean, then again, I don't think it matters. It really doesn't. He forces a card out of hand, though. He's bleeding him for resources. I mean, not really. I mean, that's one less blocker you have to save your kid is the thing. Like, I would have just swung 7K. Yeah, I guess you force a card. I guess, but it's like... That's so not a big deal because this kid's gonna die. This now, like, he's gonna board, like, literally almost board clear him. It's like, okay, goodbye, kid. Okay, now say goodbye to the rest of your board, Exodia. Like, see you later. Like, his is not a good position to be in. I would have literally just been like even the threat of having that blocker on board is so important. Law was a bad swing. Yeah. That I literally agree with you about everything except when the Law swung. That's what you lose me. Like 100%. Swing into Law there probably because you can force a 2K 2 card in a hand or both cards, or you lose a Law. Yeah, I agree. Protecting the kid is a better play. Yeah, I definitely think that kid staying on board is important. AK swinging into a Law would be big here. Getting rid of that is really, really good. And then after that, it doesn't matter what you do because you can win the following turn. Getting rid of a blocker here is important because if you get rid of the blocker, then you can double swing with leader. But now you'll waste 2 cards out of his hand, so he almost guaranteed gets game anyways because he has 7-drop kid on board. So if he does 7-drop kid on board, he can just swing with that first and then double swing with leader, and that should be enough to do it. And we got rid of the Law anyways. Oh god. And use 2K 1K. Oh god, all the things. Yeah, and he can afford to swing with his 6K Law. He easily could. Like, what's he gonna defend? His life's at 4. He has 2 rested 6Ks and a 7K that he can't swing into. Like, this just sucks. Oh yeah, it wasn't. It's not that bad for a tiny tournament. I mean, I expected less viewer because we've been getting less just in general. I mean, Max helped it out with the raid. Definitely appreciate you, Max. Thank you for the raid. That definitely made me feel a little bit better because me having that week off definitely lowered my viewer count by like half, which sucks. It just tells me, hey, you can never take a break ever again. It's like, not even for holidays. Screw that. It's a thing. I know, I hear it. I hear it. I just get it. Okay, there it is. KGM33, thank you for the follow. Thank you for joining us on the stream. I appreciate you being here, man. Welcome. Okay, as we were. But thank you, though. I really do appreciate. I'm not just saying that because I'm saying it. I actually do appreciate the follow. Giving us support is just it really does mean a lot to me. Through every follow, every subscribe, everything. It really does mean a lot. 9K, it gets us close to that dream, guys. The dream of commentating a big One Piece tournament like Treasure Cup, which I desperately wish I was doing. We are going to use Activate Leader Effect, discard. Try to clear some board here. I mean, it's kind of the only thing you can do. Leaving 2 up could be for a Punk Gibson. Try to survive. Try to deny him resources at this point. It definitely isn't a bad call when your back is against the wall like this. Oh, is he going to play something? Oh, I wouldn't. He has a beige, though. I would have put 1 less on leader then. I would have made that AK, because then it still KOs the 2. And then you can play the beige and Punk Gibson open. 100 billion%. Now, once you get a huge following... What do you mean? I mean, I don't... I want a big following, but I also really just want you guys to enjoy the stream, enjoy the content. It's less about how many people are here and more about the quality of stream. But I do like it when there's like 40 plus people in stream. That's pretty great. Dash GG. Yeah, that feels like it. Taking time off. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's reserved for people who are actually, big. Then there's just little old me. 5K swing at lead. Not such shabby. It'll be easier once you have a big following. I see. Yeah. I understand what you're saying now. It just means I can't take time off. It is what it is, guys, right? 2K counter too? Oh, God. That's so bad. Not incorrect, just really unfortunate because your hand's just cluttered with defense. And you had to use a 2K on a 5K swing. Yep, there's AK at face, counter out. And you can't pump Gibson anymore. This is just pure hell. 9K at face, double swing. Basically can't counter out of it. Unless there's two 2Ks in hand, which we know he doesn't. It has to be a 2K at Paradise and a 1K counter this last one. And then even then, you don't win. You just don't die this turn. You still have the next turn to die in. Discard a Bassel, swing for another 9K. So it has to be 2K, 2K, 1K. Yeah, we saw the Punk Gibson. Oh, that sucked. Oh, that's unfortunate. Good game, guys. Good luck with the rest of your tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You okay? Whatever. It'll be easier once you have a big following. Waterfall is so mid. You're insane. Waterfall is in nuts when your deck is actually built around doing it all the time. Waterfall can be so stupid. I've seen lists that run 4 Waterfall now, and I'm like, looks good to me. Granted, they run like a ton of blockers, but I can't remember what's that list look like. My hero Steven, appreciate your guys' content and insight. Keep up the good work, brother. You'll be commentating big events like TC before you know it, like Treasure Cup. I really hope so, man. That's all this has been leading towards, is to try to get that whatever. Let me see if no one's been commenting on the YouTube. Okay, good. I'd feel bad if I didn't see them. But I appreciate you, Steven. I really do appreciate it. Gotta give the positive vibes, man. And you're chock full of some positive viberinos. I gotta ask how. There's a One Piece local tournament going on with not Moonman. I was gonna say Moonman headquarters. It's not that. It's at Clifton, whatever. It's at Flipside. That they're doing right now. That they do every week. That's where we do that's their Wednesday locals. And then Sunday locals is Moonman home base. Waterfall is one of the reasons my Sanji list draws so much restanding. A blocker that draws on block is nuts. Yeah, for set 2, I agree. That's pretty sweet. Waterfall is better set 2. I don't know if it's better set 2, but it's a phenomenal card. Especially when Kidamon wants to keep his big bodies. Yeah, it's just a good card, but the fact that it's so much more oriented to Kidamon set 2, where you want to have that waddle package, so it just means you have more searchable options, means it's technically better. I don't necessarily believe one way or the other that's super much better, you know what I mean? But like, it definitely is pretty good. Just gotta get a higher viewer count when helmet. I mean, you're not wrong. Just imagine the count when Law Hat over helmet. I don't even think I can physically do that, my guy. Like, that won't work. Oh, yeah, I still don't think that'll work. I think it'll look silly. But you're not wrong. The helmet and the hat. No one's put in the request to change hats, so I haven't done it yet. But I guess I'll let the masses know. For those who are newer to the stream, if you're watching on Twitch, there's a little thing in the bottom. If you use your coins, we have a coin thing here for our One Piece streams, and you'll have options to use your coins. If you do, there is a couple things There's hat change, which is if you do the hat change one, I am forced to grab a hat of my wide assortment of goofy hats and put them on in some kind of random order. I don't have a way to distinguish which hat I put on though, so it's kind of what I'm feeling. And it costs a lot of coins to do that, so save your coins. Don't waste it on that if you can help it. I'm not doing the helmet first. I definitely don't feel like doing helmet first, so don't. If you want me to do helmet, you gotta put a lot of coins in that. To just get cat ears, I will never do that. I just won't do that. Nope. Sounds like a terrible idea that I will never do. So just talking about the tournament really quickly, guys. Next round should be the last round. And we just saw Emidos win. So if Tricky won his, then we should see did Tricky win? Tricky 1-0. Yeah, so we should see Tricky versus Emodis, which should be, I think is Tricky the Kaido player? I hope so, just so it's not Kid Mirror again. I have the coins for it, but waiting for a bigger stream. Oh, and now we're talking about, now we're speaking another language. What does the take a drink one work? What? Take a drink. Oh, so don't do that one right now because it's only when you do that Max has made that for drunk souls or dank souls. And that's when he does our follower goal. If we hit our follower goal, then he does a dedicated stream for you guys to hang out, just chill and play some Dark Souls with his shank spilled or whatever he does. Get super, wasted or, super high. And then if you do that, if you're watching that particular stream, you can click on that and then he'll do that thing. 50,000 buy cat years to add to hats. I would do it more than 50,000. That'd have to be like 100,000 easy. Like, no, I'm not. I don't want to get cat ears. Like, I'm not doing it. Screw that. I really think that's a bad idea. Personally. 100k cat ears. I don't want to do it at all. I'm not even gonna put it as an option. I'm just gonna let you know right now. It's just not happening. Something I don't want to do. That's what it is. You guys are like, oh, Anthony doesn't want to do something. We have to try and get him to do it. Ruthless. Imagine the views, but that's the thing. I'm not. Okay, if you want this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do, guys. Here, I'll set the goal for you right now. If we somehow, magically, just somehow, get 100 views on stream, just 100 views, and that's YouTube and Twitch combined, that's fine. If we somehow get to 100 plus, like 101, I will buy cat ears and wear them all following stream. I will be, I honestly, like, that's fine. And I don't want just like someone rating and being like, oh, here's 100. No, if that's fine. If I have that 100, stay for like a couple of minutes. If it goes down like to 50, like that would suck. You know what I mean? Get to me 100 views somehow magically, and I will wear cat ears for an entire stream, and I will not care. I will make 0 complaints. That's how you get me to do it. Is how many coins? You just made a mistake. I super didn't. I don't feel like I did. If you can guys somehow get me to 100 viewers, you should have been doing that since the start. Like, that's so ridiculous. Stop speaking another language. I don't understand it. I'm not gonna Google Translate it. I'm too lazy. I don't have to buy bots. Don't do that. You gotta have the hat collection too. Yo, don't buy bots. That's so ingenuine. You buy bots, get me to do it, dude. God, that would suck. Don't do this. I will literally cry. I don't want that to happen. I will buy cat ear. I'm not kidding though. If you somehow we can get magically to 100 views and not use bots, that'd be nice. But whatever. Then we would and they stay for like a hot, like they don't just leave the second like they whatever. You know what I mean? If they physically stay, as we do it, I swear to God, I will do it. I will wear cat ears an entire stream. I won't complain of it. I'll do it more than one stream. I'll do it 2 streams. I don't care. I'd just do it. I wouldn't even complain. Actually, how many of you we got now? 21? Yeah, that's not too bad. And no one's talking on YouTube, right? I'd feel bad. All I want is to offer a boa blue-green. I don't necessarily blame you. That sounds kind of great. You block, draw, Paradise Waterfall, untap, block again. That sounds really funny. That's a great idea. Wait, is boa once per turn? If you guys don't using One Piece dev, use it. It's awesome. Anyways, that's my shout out for the day. Except for the PPG shout out, I definitely did do. Hold on. Is boa once per turn? Nope. Huh. That's hilarious. So too, you can do some funny stuff. That's really, really funny. Check out my list. You draw on the same blocker multiple times. That's really funny. That's so funny. Yeah, add them to the hack collection too. I feel left out on YouTube just watching my Twitch account. Live chatting is too fun. I definitely agree. I'm sorry I can't necessarily look at the YouTube only because, again, if I have my dual monitor, see, I usually have my Streamlabs and another screen, but my dumb wireless connection to my thing that I was doing, the way I was doing it, is no longer working, and I don't know why. So now I need to actually invest into a second screen and figure out how to do a dual monitor setup like an actual dum-dum. So I apologize, but it is what it is. That's fine, you know, and also to touch back what Jacob said, I will 100% do that. I will actually, if I get to 100 viewers and they stay for like, and honestly that's like semi-consistent, bro, I'll put cat ears on its own thing. Like, oh, Anthony puts on cat ears specifically. I will 100% do that, and I'll never complain about it. I wouldn't even make it that many coins. I'd make it less than the hat coins that we already have. Like, I don't care. But good luck getting there. Good luck getting to 100 views. Like, no, it's not happening. Sanji has access to Killer and Boa and Kabuji, Moji, and Samurai. I know. My list was literally just Kabuji, Moji, my Samurai. I'm talking about Sanji for a long time. When you have 16 cards in hand, you can counter everything. Yeah, I agree. That's why I like 8-drop in that list, but it's still, it still loses. My only problem with it is that even with all that, Sanji still doesn't necessarily win because drawing all that is just kind of all defense. You don't really have a way to win, and it's very annoying. It's just, it is what it is. So yeah, Imidus versus Tricky. Wait, what? So Imidus gets undefeated but posted another round for fun? Oh, is the tournament over? That's kind of lame. I mean, if anyone plays, we'll watch them, but that is annoying. I mean, we only had 6 players. It is what it is. You have so many blockers. You chip them down. It pretty much only works because the format's best of 1. Yeah, I guess. It's just, meh. Against Zoro, my problem with it is not even that. My problem is that Zoro is so good, and Zoro feels like a really hard matchup for that deck. Honestly, is one of the big reasons why it doesn't work for me. What do we even do here? Do we bother watching the last match? Especially because we don't know if anyone's going to join it. Like, what's the no one's going to want it anymore. I mean, I would for the practice, but I can't speak for everybody. Down pair? I know it's down pair, but it is what it is. if anyone decides to play, we'll watch them. If not, I'll give them a couple minutes and then we can wrap it up. We'll talk a little bit more really quickly. Again, don't do this. Sweet. Try out Sun tomorrow, guys. Just saying. Just wrapping that up. Just saying. I had a. We also, if you aren't, we have some really cool spice. I was talking about if there's a surprise factor, you have a really huge advantage coming into a tournament. So the two decks right now, I refuse to show on stream. I just refuse to do it because it's kind of disrespectful to the people who made it and put it behind their paywall. So we have our list on Patreon. I'm not, if Max gives me okay, I'll show it. I just feel bad because it's a really cool list. We have a very cool Kaido list that's very unique and very off the beaten path. Really, really cool if you go to our Patreon. Max and I worked on it for a while. We went back and forth a couple of things. Mostly Max's creation, obviously, but I did contribute a little bit, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. It's been a while. But I love that list. It's really, really cool. If I played Kaido, I think I'd play it like that. Very, very neat. The other list I would never show is my current Evenkov list is because it's not mine. And the guy who made it put his specifically behind a paywall. And it's like, I don't want to disrespect him by... unless I top with it, I'll still credit him. But I'm like, here's what I wouldn't use the top. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the other list I wouldn't show on stream unless by accident. If you're struggling with closing in Sanji, you could do Odin. Could be a good idea. That is a good idea. Love Turn 2 Kaido. Definitely recommend checking it out. Easily my favorite Kaido build. Yeah, that's the name of it. Steven definitely let the cat out of the bag a little bit. It is the Turn 2 Kaido. It's based around you always wanting to go second. It's a phenomenal deck. Definitely check it out. If you are subscribed to our Patreon, definitely look at it. If you aren't, go to our Patreon. I make zero money on it. It's all 99% of it's Max, so that's why I don't even want to touch the money. I only have like 2 articles on there, I think. But Turn 2 Kaido is definitely... We've been sitting on Turn 2 Kaido for a really long time. It's one of the only decks that we publicly didn't show. Not because we were like, oh, we need to use it to top. It's just, well, one, I personally didn't know if it was ready. And 2, we didn't want to show it to the public in case we did use it. And it's very different off the beaten path. So it gives you that surprise factor. And then letting people know about the surprise factor just makes it essentially... not irrelevant, but less relevant than it would have been. So it is what it is. A lot of decks want to go first, so that's a cool premise. Yeah, the Zoro deck too. Another deck that you really, my Zoro deck, you always want to go second. So you essentially always go second. It's really interesting. A lot of decks want to go first. Oh yeah, sorry. A lot. Gotta show me though. Only half joking would be cool to see, but I want to make you guys think I'm not caring about y'all's things. Is it blue purple maybe? What is? Cope? I'm confused what you mean. Oh no, it's no. It's mono purple. No. Yeah, looking like they're not doing the round. That's kind of unfortunate. The players are not doing the round, which is what it is. It is normal purple Kaido. I do have it right here. I'm just not gonna show it because I'm not that annoying. I'm trying to find, I really want to show you guys the Luffy list I've been messing with. It's not this. I gotta delete a lot of these Luffy lists. I have so many law lists too. It's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. But I will show you is a deck that I most likely am using for Treasure Cup. I'll show it again. Still Dofi. Still this. Really like this. I really gotta find that Luffy list because it's really good. Next time I'll show you a Luffy list, which we should be streaming tomorrow. So at least I'll be streaming tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna close it up there. Yeah, we're not gonna see another round. So we're listening early tonight, guys. Max has been someone advocating for Purple Kaido in the past, so it's not outrageous. Oh no, by no means. Samuel, I don't disagree. Max and I both been very on the hype train for Blue Purple Kaido, sorry. It's very early meta, and I still personally like it. I think it's a great deck, so I wouldn't be surprised either, and knowing Max and I, how much we love Blue Purple Kaido. But nah, it's not. So yeah, we're gonna end the stream there, guys. Actually, is Jag still streaming? We can rate him, give him some views. Oh yeah, he is. Let's rate him. We're gonna rate him. Oh, stupid. I think this is how that works. Okay, we're rating. Have a good night, guys. All right. See you later. Good night. Later. Bye.